What's going on, you guys? OldSchoolZerker here, and welcome to my 7th Max Zerker progress report. So it's been about a week since the last progress report, and I figured I was way overdue to bring one out to you guys. So starting off, I just want to say, ignore all this junk in my inventory. I was recently doing the Garden of Tranquility quest, and I don't have room for all this in my bank at the moment. And all my crops should be grown right now for that quest, and I'm probably going to go complete that after this video is done. So yeah, ignore all that shit in my inventory. There's really nothing special there. As usual, we'll get right into the quests, and I have made quite a good amount of progress since last progress video. I've gained 30 quest points since last time, and that's an awesome amount of progress considering I had most of the easy quests completed. So that puts me 10 points away from my overall goal of 175. Which means that I can finally get my Barrow's Gloves. Now, I do actually have 3 subquests left to do in Recipe for Disaster, so really, I only have to get 172 quest points, and then I can complete those subquests, and I'll be right at 175 and have the perfect amount to get my Barrow's Gloves, and I'm really stoked for that. So moving on to the quests that I actually completed this past week, first one being Clock Tower, which didn't give any combat experience or any experience at all, which is unfortunate, but it gave me an easy quest point. It was an easy quest, and I needed to do it. Next one being Creature of Frankenstrain, which gave me 1k Thieving XP. It didn't level me up, but hey, I'll take it. I waited a long time to complete that quest. I actually haven't trained on experiments at all, and I probably never will because they're always really packed by pures, and I can actually train at Yaks, so that's probably where I'm going to be chilling. Moving on, the next one I completed was a really big one, and I'm really glad I finally have it done. It's Desert Treasure, which gave me 20k magic experience, which is awesome. It gave me like 2 or 3 levels, I think, and I finally have the ancient magics to use now, which is awesome, even though I'll probably never use them because I'm a poor-ass motherfucker. Moving on, I completed Dwarf Cannon, which I also waited a really long time to do. That was an easy one, gave me an easy quest point, gave me 750 crafting XP, which didn't level me up, I believe, but it's still free XP, and I'll take it. Next one was Edgar's Ruse, which gave me a whopping 11k Herblore XP, which is awesome. You guys know I love that free Herblore XP because, like I just said, I am poor. And that also unlocked the Trollheim teleport for me, which is going to be handy whenever I complete my Arms Big Adventure, and I'll have the disease-free herb patch for when I start doing herb runs. Moving on, I completed Anakra's Lament. I hope I can pronounce that right. Excuse me. I was at a loss of words there. It also gave me 7k crafting, magic, mining, and firemaking XP, which is awesome. It might have gave me a couple levels there. And also that gave me the Camulet. And if you guys are switching back and forth between ancient magics a lot, I would really recommend doing this quest because the amulet that it gives you, the Camulet, it teleports you really close to the pyramid where you change your magic spellbook at. And I believe right now in the game, that is the closest teleport to that pyramid. And I would really recommend doing that quest if you're switching back and forth a lot. It makes changing spellbooks a lot more convenient. Next quest I completed was Horror from the Deep, which I waited a long time to complete that too. That should have been like one of the first ones I did, but I waited, but hey, I got it completed now, so whatever. It gave 4,662 ranged magic and strength XP, which is awesome. And I finally have my first god book, which is the Zamorak book, and it's probably going to take a while to fill that up, but I want to do it, and then once I have that filled, there really won't be any need for any of the other god books. So yeah, moving on, I completed Making History, which gave 1k prayer and crafting XP. Free prayer XP, I'll take. I'm still 43 prayer. I need to get 52, but I want to complete some more quests that give prayer XP before I actually get that, and that was one of them. The next quest actually gave me some prayer XP too. It was Rag and Bone Man, which gave me 500 cooking and prayer XP. Not that much. I only completed the first part of it. There is 2 parts of that quest, but the second part doesn't give you any quest points. So I'm probably going to wait on completing that part because my main goal right now is getting Barrow's Gloves, obviously. And I didn't want to waste time doing the second part because that part actually does kind of take a while. Anyways, moving on, I completed a really annoying quest. Probably everybody's like most hated quest. which is Regicide. And that gave me 13k agility XP, which is awesome. And that allowed me access to the elf area. Prifdinus, I believe it's called. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's the elf place if you guys have ever been there. Moving on, I completed Roving Elves, which is awesome, and that gave me 10k strength XP. And the reason I say completing that quest is awesome is because I now have a crystal bow from it, and even though I can't use it, it's still awesome that I finally have one. Next quest is Sea Slug, and that gave me 7,175 fishing XP, which was alright. Moving on, I completed Shiloh Village, which is very convenient for fishing, as we all know. And then it gave me 3,915 crafting XP, which is, you know, free XP, like I always say. Next quest was Slug Menace, which gave me 3.5k crafting, rune crafting, and thieving XP. Moving on, I completed Taiwo When I Trio, which gave me 5k fishing and cooking and 2.5k attack and strength XP, even though I don't think it actually gave me the XP because when I completed the quest, I should have gotten 60 attack off of it, and I didn't, and I couldn't find any of the brothers, so I don't know what the deal was with that quest. That quest was a bitch. The items for that, it took me like 2 or 3 days to complete that quest. I hated it. And finally, I completed the Wanted quest, which gave me 5k Slayer XP, which gave me like 3 or 4 levels, I think, in Slayer, which is very helpful. So yeah, that was a long list of quests, you guys. I'm sorry, but I just really want to get these Barrow's Gloves, and I shouldn't be listing off too many quests from now on in the future progress reports, because I don't have that many left to do. So moving on to my combat level, I only gained 1 combat level since the past week, which is pretty terrible progress, but like I said, I've just been pretty much questing. So yeah, I am combat level of 68 now. And moving on to my stats, I gained only 40 total levels, which again isn't that much, but like I said, I was questing. And yeah, pretty much most of those levels was from questing. More specifically, I gained 1 attack level, 4 strength levels, 3 magic levels, 2 rune crafting levels, 1 hit point level, 9 herblore levels, 1 crafting level, 4 slayer levels, 1 mining level, 6 fishing levels, 6 cooking levels, and 2 farming levels, which is alright progress considering it's mostly from quests. And, you know, I'm happy about it. Progress is progress. Now moving on to my bank, which is pretty terrible right now, but, you know, whatever. I now have a 194k cash stack, 194,739 coins to be exact. It's not that much. I really need to make money, but, you know, it'll suffice for now for quests. I'll start making money and training skills after I get my Barrow's Gloves. And then I still got my general store stuff and Ecto tokens and Shante Pass up here. Got my food, runes, gems, which I'm still collecting and will probably be making into jewelry or bolt tips. Got all my potions here and herbs. My herb collection has definitely went down because I made them all into potions. As you see, I got like 79 attack and 24 strength pots. I need to get ground unicorn horns, I believe, and make all those into anti-poison pots, which will be really helpful because anti-poison is always helpful in RuneScape, as most people know. And then I just got my secondaries here, just kind of placeholders, not really anything interesting there. Still got my pathetic arrow collection, my pathetic seed collection, which hasn't been going up at all. I got a few ores and bars here. That's just left over from mining. I still need to get my mining to 60 for lunar diplomacy. Nothing interesting here. Just moving on to the junk. Still got my flowers. What is this? Plague jacket, gas mask, frog tokens, which I still haven't turned in. I'm just gonna save bank space and probably never turn those in. Got my triangle sandwiches, full mime still, random uncut jades, anti-dragon shield, junk, addy pickaxe, a couple bones, tribal mask still. What's that? Opal and red topaz, desert disguise, full jester. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, jester from the Fremenic Isles quest. which I haven't completed. You don't even have to get far in that quest if you want Jester, by the way. If you're a Zerker pure and you really want Jester, you don't have to complete that quest to get it. Just, you know, giving you guys a little heads up in case you didn't know that. Ibn Staff, which I'll probably never use. I still got my Heraldic Adamant Shield, which I'll probably never sell unless someone really wants it. Enchanted Key from Making History. I finally have my Proselyte armor, and that's really awesome because that is the best prayer armor in the game, I believe, right now. So that's really awesome. I still got my Zamorak page. I'm probably going to wait to put that in the book. I'm just going to kind of wait because once you put it in the book, you can't take it out. And if I, for some reason, really need money and I need to sell that, then I can. So I'm just going to wait until I get all 4 pages before I put them in the book. You know, just kind of a security, I don't want to say security, but backup sort of thing, I guess, in case I really need money. I got my range gear here, archer helm, sorry, and Ava's accumulator. Got my rune skim, which I should really sell because I don't use it anymore. Rune woodcutting axe, there's my damage book. It doesn't have a single page in it. Some used potions, rune pickaxe. Got my crystal bow. Yeah. It's going to be a while before I use that. I need to get 70 range. I do have the agility level. I just need the range level, which is usually not the case for most people. It's usually vice versa. But spiny helmet, ring of Charos or Charos. I think it's Charos A, which is very convenient to have. It can save you some money whenever you're traveling on boats or something around RuneScape. And then I just got my melee armor down here, Zerker helm, and then, you know, typical rune, dragon scimitar I finally have, which is awesome. Still got my myth gloves. I've been kind of slacking on the RFD subquests, as you guys know. But soon I will have Barrow's gloves, which is awesome. And then glory and, I misclicked, climbing boots. And that's pretty much it for the bank. And I got a random, as usual. So I'm gonna pretty much just end the video here, you guys, since I gotta do a random, and this random takes forever. Also, I've been streaming a lot on Twitch. In case you guys want to go watch that, follow me on Twitch TV. The link to my channel is in the description below, as well as my Twitter, Facebook, and MySpace, and a Nook profile. So you can follow me on all those, connect to me, like me, whatever you want to do. But I am streaming now pretty often. Pretty much whenever I quest, I've been streaming me doing that. So if you guys want to come hang out, be sure to follow me on there. You'll get an email notification every time I start streaming. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's progress report. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, we taking over the game.